Well, the race to the PVL Invitational Conference semis is heating up, firing on all cylinders. So, it is time for another batch of courtside stories from the PVL, from a PVL insider here, Jaime Ascalon, making his debut.
Debut on
in
the
the
game.
studio.
Welcome.
In the
Welcome,
studio.
Jaime.
In the studio
right.
for sure. Jaime, nice seeing you again. This
Jegs.
guy,
Nice to be here.
Yep.
this guy was my roommate in the Southeast Asian Games. I'm telling you right now.
I kind of sense the connection.
Well, there's a connection. I'm gonna tell national TV right now. This guy snores with me. And Jaime, let's go focus on the PVL for the meantime. It's right now. Currently, Chocomucho is playing in the semis.
Right.
In a do or die against Signal HD. It's not going well for them at the moment, down 2-0. But we were talking off there. You feel with someone like CC Rondina, they'll always have a shot.
Yeah, well, Pao, the first game of Chocomucho, I was there to cover them, and I had to talk to Coach Dante Alonsunure. And sabi ni Coach Dante, you know, the vibe just changed with CC in there.
Yeah.
And it came to the point na I asked sina Madi, the other Chocomucho players, did you have to be acquainted? Wala nang pakilala daw. CC Krinos na nila lahat.
Right,
So
right.
parang ang tagal na nila magkakilala. So I think the last time we checked, Chocomucho's down 2-0. You know, with a player like CC, the game's definitely not over yet kasi that's the spirit that she brings. She'll always uplift her teammates.
And I think I saw that post-game interview. You did that with CC, and did you feel that energy also from CC that you know I'm not a new face here. You know, I just I'm reintroducing myself here in the PVL.
Yeah, she even mentioned that she feels like she was a rookie. So she had that sense of energy coming
Right.
in na this is CC Rondina 2.0. But if you ask her kung na-miss niya yung indoor, sabi niya, sa totoo lang, na-miss ko na yung beach volleyball ngayon pa lang. So napo-FOMO na siya doon.
Well, we do miss it as much as we miss her in the beach. We always love her here indoor. Now, we're actually showing highlights a while ago of that Chocomucho F2 game, and that brings me to an F2 player in particular, Ivy Laxina, who has changed positions this conference. She has played outside hitter in the past, but we all know her as a high-level middle blocker. What do you have to say about seeing that up close, her being an outside hitter, and of course, adjusting towards it?
Yeah, well, with Ivy, the first game of F2 naman, I was also there.
Yeah.
And she was the player of the game right away. And I think she had like around 12 points that game. And then I asked her, wow, sanay na sanay ah. Sabi niya, Jaime, alam mo ba, parang 2 weeks lang yata yung preparation. Parang hindi halata.
Yeah.
That's the trust na Coach Reg had on Ivy. And now they won today against Photon. They're on top of their pool standings. And a big part of it is really Ivy really embracing the role, I would say.
I mean, the trust of the coaches and of course the talent of Ivy. I mean, it's not a joke trying to change positions. Imagine maybe me trying to play center in basketball. That's going to be super tough. But that's never going to happen. So let's move on to the next report here. Jaime, we talked about the connection of CC with her teammates earlier, but let's talk about a different kind of connection between Gretchen Sotones and Janelle Cheng.
Well, that is one of the probably my favorite stories being a PVL courtside reporter this season. They have such a great connection. Gretchel's top in the points category. And I asked her, can you talk about more of your off-court? I asked them, your off-court relationship with Janelle.
Yeah.
Sabi niya, alam mo, di kami close eh. And I thought she was joking.
Right.
And she was serious.
Oh.
She was serious that they weren't close. But with their chemistry, with their camaraderie in the court, they really have that special connection. You don't have to be close pala outside the court to have that special connection.
Yeah, having that on-court chemistry compared to off-court chemistry, it doesn't necessarily translate. I'm sure,
especially in the pros.
I'm sure Jegos had a best friend off the court na kapag nag-basketball, wala talaga.
And the other way around too. Na hindi kami close, but sometimes great connection on the court. So
yeah, and speaking of connections and all of that, we have to focus on PLDT as well because you also had a close look at the dynamic duo in that team.
Yeah, Mitch Morente and Kat Arado, memorable. Their energy is memorable. They have the next game, a do or die game, a very important game, and they just bring the energy to every game. So this do or die game, Mitch Morente, Kat Arado, they'll bring it to you. My favorite story, I asked one question. I forgot the question. I asked one question, they answered mga 10 minutes.
Wow.
With one question. And in my head, I was like, you're making my job really easy,
or really hard kung may time limit ka like
exactly.
But,
and with this dynamic duo, I'm just really curious because in any sport, you need guys and like girls, players like these who just up the energy, whether that's in practice or in games. Nakita mo ba like what kind of like energy, what do they do specifically to uplift, you know, all the teammates and all that?
According to the other players in Ame and Mendres, they are the loudest in practice.
Right.
There has not been one quiet practice. I guarantee you that because
that's
of Mitch
very
Morente and
important.
Catarado.
Yeah, I can only imagine that right now. I can hear Mitch Morente's voice now that you say that. Jaime, I really appreciate you being here. I know it's your first time being in studio, but please
an honor,
come back. Oh,
Please come back, please.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
mean,
of course, roommates din kayo, so yeah.
Not too soon then. Don't come back too soon. Maraming salamat, Jaime. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So on that note, these PVL players may already be at the highest level in local volleyball, but a lot of them are still fans of the sport and its players. So if you're curious to know the thoughts of these PVL personalities, let's take a look at this.
Hi! Hi! Oh my God, you're here, Jack! How are you? Hi! Uy! Hi! Hindi ko pala! Oh, you're here pala! My PVL OG idol is Kim Fajardo.
Abi Maranyo. Oh, di ba?
My OG PVL idol would be Aiza Maizo. As a fellow mom, I'm so impressed na high level pa rin ng kanyang performance and sana ako din.
OG PVL idol. Siyempre, Aiza Maizo Pontillas. Siyempre, bata pa ako, nakita ko na siya. Very timeless yung paglalaro niya. Until now, she's still able to keep up with the younger generation. And very smart maglaro. And kitang-kita talaga yung experience and pagiging veteran niya inside the court.
Giving away a free ball. And Aiza Maizo Pontillas really. Cheng to Aiza Maizo Pontillas, and no surprise there. Aiza Maizo Pontillas once again.
The superstar that I'm also excited about is to see more of Mars Alba. I know ang ganda nung last stint nila with their collegiate team, and I know they're a great help right now for F2.
Excited to see. I think I would say Ea Laure, definitely, because I've seen her in her collegiate career. I've played against her in my last playing year, and I just really love her intensity and just her being a leader inside the court.
Ako breakout star ko, siguro mas ang daming superstars ngayon eh. Siguro yung pinaka-favorite ko is Ea. Wait, sino ba? Nalilito ako lagi sa Ea. Nalilito ako, sorry, sa Ea Laure. Makikita talaga yung power ng spikes niya. And she's also the leader of the group. You can say na kahit a rookie siya sa PVL, makita mo how she leads ng team niya.
Nabago Ea Laure. Kasi every time she plays, she proved na hindi lang siya pang rookie, kundi pang professional talaga.
Semi-finals bet? That's so hard. But of course, Creamline, kasi andun yung chemistry and everything. But Chocomucho also is showing so much promise. From last conference, coming into this conference, kitang-kita talaga yung improvement nila.
Sa semifinals, I'm looking forward to the invited international teams. Pero syempre in the local teams, I think lahat lahat capable of being in the finals. Kasi ngayon, every game counts. Hindi mo alam kung sino mananalo and matatalo. Everyone is pushing through and doing their best. So I'm just really excited what's gonna be the outcome for the semifinals.
Of course, Terry Tigo and F2, Creamline, and Petrogas. Oh, Chocomucho! I don't know!
Siyempre kami, Creamline, semifinals. And kahit sino mga kalaban namin, ready kami. Nagtitraining ba naman kami everyday, di ba? So, see you there, semis!